The late Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain is one of America's biggest musical icons. His band redefined rock music in the 90s, pushing out hair metal with their stripped-down alternative sound that would come to be called grunge. And today, the band's influence continues to make an impact on hip-hop.
I know that I'm too stubborn to allow myself to ever compromise their music or, get so wrapped up in it and involved to where it's going to turn us into big rock stars.
From their hooks to their lyrics, Nirvana's sound even trickles down to new artists like the chart-topping Old Town Road rapper, Lil Nas X. He interpolates Nirvana's In Bloom on his recent track, Panini.
The craziest thing about Panini is it introduced me to Nirvana's album. People was like, wow, he sampled Nirvana? I was like, no.
No.
But it's like, I didn't realize I was using almost the exact same melody.
In an interview with Genius, Take a Day Trip, the production duo behind Panini, explained how the Seattle band inspired the song and helped spark their friendship.
Nirvana was also one of our biggest inspirations and something that brought us so close together and just, when we were first getting to know each other and first trying to create together.
Though Kurt and his crew built their brand on being outcasts and beefing with then huge acts like Guns N' Roses, hip-hop forefathers like Dr. Dre, who released his 1992 debut, The Chronic, during grunge's heyday, thought they were amazing.
Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, that's my favorite rock group of all time.
And groups like Onyx created one of hip-hop's biggest anthems thanks to inspiration from Nirvana in 1993.
Watching a Nirvana video, Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Teen Spirit, yeah.
You know what I'm
Everyone
saying?
was slam dancing.
That shit was popping in the hood. We watching that shit, I'm like, yo, what if we brought this energy to hip hop?
A few decades later, Jay-Z interpolated the classic chorus of Smells Like Teen Spirit in a duet with Justin Timberlake called Holy Grail. Lil Peep is another rapper who, like Cobain, often addressed depression, anxiety, and not fitting in his lyrics. His style of emo rap was tinged with guitar riffs and an alt-rock sound, leading the New York Times to call him the Kurt Cobain of lo-fi rap. In 2017, Peep died at the age of 21 from an accidental drug overdose. The year before, he named a track after Cobain. Like Peep, XXXTentacion is regarded as one of the pioneers of emo rap and cited Cobain as his biggest musical inspiration.
Is there any other artists who you've seen them have that connection with their fans?
Kurt Cobain and only Kurt Cobain.
Known for his lo-fi DIY aesthetic, X regularly drew from genres outside of hip-hop, like alternative rock, metal, and punk. And while awaiting trial on multiple felony charges, including battery and aggravated assault of a pregnant victim, X was shot fatally at the age of 20 in 2018. Before his passing, he teased an unreleased track called Ugly, which seems to sample Nirvana's Something in the Way. Kid Cudi is also one of rap's biggest Nirvana fans. Known for his similarly dark and introspective music, the lonely stoner long looked up to Cobain as another successful musician who fought with depression.
I definitely think Nirvana has a big influence on my music, trying new things, pushing the envelope, pushing boundaries. Kurt has always been an inspiration with all that. It's like the world gets to see what it would sound like if he were around today, and I try to use him as my muse whenever I can.
He prominently sampled the guitar riff from Cobain's Burn the Rain on Cudi's Montage, and the title was inspired by the posthumous Cobain album Montage of Heck, where the sample track comes from.
Pain in my eyes and in time I find I'm stronger than I ever was.
And it seems Cudi got the sample clearance thanks to a blessing from Cobain's widow and daughter.
It was kind of crazy because I didn't know if we were going to get it cleared. And Courtney and I believe Francis had something to do with it too. So thank you, Francis and Courtney.
Cudi even paid respect to Cobain during a visit to Seattle's Veretta Park near Cobain's old house. He wrote on one of the park benches, as many fans do, to pay tribute to the musical icon. Travis Scott is a disciple of both Cudi and Cobain because neither allow themselves to be put in a box, musically or otherwise.
To you, Kurt Cobain could have been a hip-hop artist?
Yeah.
But rapping wasn't the Nirvana frontman's thing. Once saying, quote, "I think rap music is the only vital form of music that has been introduced to music in a long time since punk rock. I would never do rap music. I'm usually offended by people like Vanilla Ice and stuff like that. The white man ripped off the black man long enough." In his 2018 interview for Genius is Verified, Denzel Curry also talked about Clout Cobain being a dedication to the rock star and the personal meaning of Nirvana's second album.
I like Nevermind. Nevermind is my favorite album by Nirvana. When we got done with the song, they was like, what you want to name it? I was like, I'm not going to name it Kurt Cobain. Let's name it Clout Cobain.
Suicidal thoughts, call it Kurt Cobain. Two leather seats like a bloody stain.
The Clout Cobain music video's raging crowd mirrors the classic video for Smells Like Teen Spirit, while Denzel's outfit references an iconic Cobain fit. Post Malone has Kurt's face as a tattoo and sometimes covers Nirvana songs at his concerts. Most recently, he references the icon in the very first line of his latest hit, Goodbyes.
Me and Kurt feel the same. Too much pleasure is pain. My girl spites me in vain. All I do is complain.
Over the years, countless other rappers have name-dropped Nirvana and Cobain in their lyrics.
Cobain's back, yeah, Cobain's back. Got these crazy white boys yelling Cobain's back. I call my weed Nirvana, smells like Teen Spirit. And my pack so fucking loud you can't hear it.
But more often than not, these lines reference Cobain's 1994 death at the age of 27, which police concluded to be from a self-inflicted shotgun wound to the head. Sometimes Cobain's struggle is used to parallel an artist's own tussle with suicide or depression.
Everything I love the most gets taken away. My mama and music is next. And if that happens before I turn 28, then I'm going out with Kurt Cobain.
Other times, lyricists are aiming for shock value.
My favorite color is red, like the bloodshed from Kurt Cobain's head when he shot himself dead.
Riding around town in Seattle with the same shotgun that Kurt used to click, clack, boom, pop.
And many times, these shallow references overshadow Kurt's actual career and musical impact, as Denzel explains.
And everybody look up to Kurt Cobain for the wrong reason. And he's a legend for what he did, like with Nirvana and everything, but just the whole thing about his depression and suicide and stuff like that. It was almost glorified, you know what I mean? But Nevermind, like, that album was very impactful for its time.
Kurt was a vocal feminist as well as being anti-racist and anti-homophobic, once declaring in the band's 1992 Incesticide compilation album liner notes, quote, "At this point, I have a request for our fans. If any of you in any way hate homosexuals, people of different color, or women, please do this one favor for us. Leave us the fuck alone." Other artists use Kurt's story to describe how the music industry and fame can drive one to depression and suicide, which he addressed in his suicide note, writing, quote, "I feel guilty beyond words about these things. For example, when we're backstage and the lights go out and the roar of the crowd begins. It doesn't affect me the way in which it did for Freddie Mercury, who seemed to love and relish the love and adoration of the crowd."
Game stayed the same, the name changes, so it's best for those to not overdose on being famous. Most kings get driven so insane that they try to hit the same vein that Kurt Cobain did.
They play musical chairs once I'm on that pedestal. Frightening, so fucking frightening, enough to drive a man insane, a woman insane. The reason Lauryn Hill don't sing, or Kurt Cobain loaded that clip and then said bang, the drive me brains crazy.
Just one bitch don't feel the same no more, and Henny don't really kill the pain no more. Now Cobain with a shotgun aimed at my brain cause I can't maintain no more.
Kurt Cobain is an incredible example of how one artist's music and legacy can have a huge footprint in all genres of music and culture beyond themselves. And Kurt is still making headlines. Snoop Dogg recently posted a throwback picture that went viral of the pair smoking a blunt, without realizing it was actually photoshopped. Ultimately, many hip-hop nods to Nirvana and Kurt will continue to lead new fans to discover their music. I'm Hillary with Genius News, bringing you the meaning and the knowledge behind the music.